guys, welcome back to the book out. Yes, my tongue is blue, and I'm tired of trying to get the blue off, so we're just gonna be blue tongue today. But it's JC, and this video is gonna be on. Sorry, I'm looking at my script. How to plot a book in one day. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, have I done that before? I have, yeah. You can plot a book in a month, a week, a day, 2 minutes. But no matter how long it takes for you to plot out your book, don't compare yourself to other people. Like, yes, I plotted mine in one day, or at least one of my 27, but maybe you take longer. And they can be equally good. Yours could be better. Mine could be better. But just make sure you go at your own pace and don't make it trash. So, anyways, how to plot a book in one day. Sorry, I'm a little messy. First one, number one, find a place to plot. And when I say place, I don't mean like a mental space. I mean, you could, but I mean like physical location, like a star. So right now, I'm in front of my bookshelf in my corner of my room. But you can write right here, or you could or plot right here. You could plot at your desk. You could plot at Starbucks. You could plot in a dark forest. I mean, just find a place where you're gonna plot and you're gonna plot well. I mean, you could find a place where you're not gonna plot well. It doesn't really matter. Just find a place, because you can't be in nothingness. Like, you can't be in elsewhere. That's just death. If you got that reference, I like you. Number two, create your characters. It's that simple. Just make your characters. I made a video on this like 10 seconds ago. So if you want to go check that out, that's great. Or do something else. But make sure you have your characters. And I say this on purpose. Make your characters before you plot. Do not plot before you have your characters. If you're plotting and your character is only a name, stop plotting and go make that name a person. Because we in our minds think that what we read and what the people we are reading about are real people. Like, even if we don't consciously acknowledge that, our unconscious thinks of that. That's why we're so heartbroken when they die. So yeah, make your characters before you make your plot. It's going to be a lot easier and more fun. Okay. And then number three, fill out a plot arc. You don't have to, but it's really easy, like a lot easier for me when I have an actual arc that I can look at. So I see the beginning, middle, climax, after blank. I mean, there are much more complicated ones like this 3-step act, 3-act step. I don't know, but I'm not there yet. So I'll show y'all a story arc. It looks like a roller coaster. And this one is kind of complicated, so I'll just show you the basic one. So ignore the words, but this very bottom point is the exposition. That's basically introduction of your characters, and then at the end of it is your hook. I don't know what just happened. Wait a minute. Okay, here we are. Okay, anyway. Oh. Stop it. Oh. Okay, so I'm just going to draw this out for y'all. At the beginning, we got the exposition. That's the introduction in the beginning of your hook. Then you go up a little bit, and you have the, this part is the rising action. It's when stuff gets interesting. And then at the top, you have your climax. This is usually one point or one scene or amount of stuffs where the character reaches the point of no return. This is when you go downward. My climax is usually just as long as everything else, so it's not a real climax, but hey, we're up here now. And then you have the falling action where we're getting closer to the resolution, and just the character begins to like do stuff and actually succeed. Like in the rising action, the character's doing stuff and failing, and the falling action, the character's doing stuff and succeeding, getting closer to their goal or resolution. And then this end part is the resolution. Yeah, everything's resolved. Except in horror, when you think it's a resolution, but it's actually not a real resolution. But anyways, that's the very basic version of that. I'm trying to pull up the image one more time. Yeah. Exposition, start. Well, this is kind of what it looks like. Rising action, climax, falling action, resolution. Also as seen in different ways, but yeah. So that's that part. This video is kind of a mess, but honestly, at this point, I don't care. Love you guys though. Oh, there's more. Gosh, I didn't see the rest of this script. Okay, so 4. Expand on your plot arc. Now that you have this little mountain thing, you need to like go on and get these 5 points from 5 points to chapters. Like not chapters, like outlines. Some people say do it in scenes. That can work pretty well. This is the basic version of how I do it. So I'm gonna pull up one. Wait. Yeah. Wait a second. So I have the plot arc, and I actually didn't make one for this book, but it expands into chapters. So I took the plot arc and I made it into these chapters. I said that like 8 times. The first 3 chapters are the exposition, next 3 rising action, next 3 climax, next 3 fall. It kind of works that way, like in my stories, but don't think that's how yours have to work. Your stories don't actually have to do anything. They can just be. Like your exposition could be half a chapter and your climax be 18 chapters. It depends on what you're writing and It depends on what you're writing, how you're writing, what you're doing, and who you are, your writing style. And even the story, like just because I have 17 chapters usually doesn't mean you have to. Maybe you usually have 2. Maybe you usually have 117. It doesn't matter. And lastly, 5. Outline your chapters. So that's kind of what this is. Except all of these are like little synopses of what happens. You see that? They're all about like 200 to 400 words long. And so you don't have to do any of this, but I did this part specifically so that if I lost track of what's going on in my story, I don't have to quit and go back to the recesses of my memory. I can just look at what was supposed to be happening and see, oh, this is changing. I need to fix that. Or, oh, this is changing. Maybe I should just change the entire story because the story is, in a way, writing itself. So that's pretty good for that. I was going to say something, but I forgot. So I just want you guys to remember that your story does not have to follow any sort of format. Like, it's a story, not an equation. So just remember, this is yours. This belongs to you. And I know this says do it in one day. You don't have to do anything. You could sit on the floor and die. Don't. I love you. But you could. You don't have to do anything. So, adios, and thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and have a nice life. And read The Fort by Gordon Corman.